All right, picture this. You found the perfect airport to fly to. You've done your flight planning, you've completed the flight, you've executed a perfect landing. You've tied the aircraft up, but now you've realized there's 2 kilometers to go before you can actually get into town. So what do? Do you walk? Oh, no one likes walking. Do you get a taxi? You can't always get one from regional airports. So what do? Find the best last mile vehicle when I'm traveling from airports to the regional towns. I've previously been using this. This is the Dahon D6 folding bike, but just recently I bought this. This is the Segway Ninebot E22 electric scooter. I've been testing it out recently. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some Instagram stories riding this thing around Melbourne. I thought it might be useful to compare the D6 folding bike with the E22 electric scooter. Now the electric scooter, one of the best advantages of it is that it's electric. So if you're traveling around, you don't need to pedal like you obviously need to do. So you're not going to get all sweaty when you come back to the aircraft. But then obviously the downside of the electric scooter is, well, it's electric, so it's got battery which is going to run out. Now the E22 is supposed to last 20 kilometers according to what you read online. I always say take about 20-25% off the numbers they give you, because I took this out for a 16-kilometer scoot yesterday and it ran out of batteries about a kilometer before I got home. One downside of the bike though is you see these tyres, they're obviously nice and big so you can go over rougher surfaces compared to the scooter, but they're inflatable tyres. The electric scooter on the other hand has fixed, firm, I don't know what they are, but they're not like inflatable tyres. They've kind of got this foam inside, so if you run over a nail, you don't get a puncture, so you're not going to be stuck out in the middle of a field. Not that you're riding through a field, but you're not going to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Both of these though fold up so you can neatly put them in the back of the aircraft, and the only way to show you like which is better at folding up is obviously for a folding challenge. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I win.
Done. As you can see, it's basically exactly the same time. The scooter does have onboard lights built in, so if you are riding after dark, I mean you can get lights for the bike obviously, but out of the box. In terms of weight, I don't have the exact weights on me, but basically the electric scooter, it's heavy. The folding bike on the other hand, well, it's a lot lighter, it doesn't weigh as much, but as you can see it's fairly bulky, it's a little bit more awkward. If you want something lighter, go with this. If you don't mind the extra weight but you want something a bit more compact. One advantage of the scooter though is if you did forget to go to the gym this morning and get your swole on, don't drop the scooter. And the only other thing I'd say is stability then. So I mentioned those big tyres on the bike. If you're a little bit unsure about riding something like an electric scooter, it's not good on gravel, I'll be honest. In conclusion, what?
Sorry.
Oh no, you're right. In conclusion, which one am I going to take in the future? Well, I love the folding bike for all the reasons I told you, but I just think getting back to the airplane really sweaty at the end of the day is not a nice thing. And the electric scooters, it's just so much more fun. We're never getting up this hill. Also, it's the school holidays in Melbourne right now. That's why Junior Pilot is with me making this video. We've just been trying to keep ourselves as active as possible during the holidays. Hey, doggy. I've been running a fair bit during the holidays as well, trying to keep fit, but guess what? She runs now as well. What we've been doing is running together for a little bit, then we stop, and for some reason I keep running, but she's gone. It's left me. We're also doing a lot of shopping because when you're in lockdown there's sometimes not a lot else to do than eat. A lot of you have been asking me about lockdown as well and just saying, well, why am I not flying at the moment when basically the rest of the world is? Well, here in Australia, especially in Melbourne, I think right now this is day 235 since the beginning of March when lockdown started, on and off 6 times. This is the 6th lockdown we've been in. I'm not allowed to go further than 10k from my house. There's no recreational aviation that's allowed at the moment. It's basically not possible to fly Echo Yankee Zulu right now. But we do have a roadmap out, and they are talking about once vaccination rates get to 70%, we're at about 50 I think now, and 80% across the nation, that's when it's going to open up. So flying is coming back to the channel. Just maybe not for another 4 to 6 weeks at this rate. For those of you asking about Echo Yankee Zulu, she's fine, even during the recent earthquake we had here in Melbourne. Which actually reminds me, I want to introduce a new segment to the channel, so please enjoy Stephen Vlogs.
G'day Steph, down here with EYZ at Blue Demon. Just thought I'd give you an update on how things are going with the annual inspection. Here's your engine all on cowl, all looking quite happy actually. Alternator's missing off the front just here, as you can see. It's off for its 2-year inspection. Prop was really good condition, so you have been looking after it. Other than that, engine's looking really happy. Overall, mate, everything's looking very happy on EYZ this time round, so we'll have it back together flying soon, ready for you as soon as we're out of lockdown, and go and have some fun.
One more thing we need to do. I don't like this. How do we change that to... I sort of want to draw a line through it and maybe... Did you just say how do I do it for?
Yeah.
Yes! Much better.
What have I done?
747 bot.